Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, November 18th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. What a disappointing final home game for Navy football, and I guess the Ravens. More on that in a minute, but my fantasy football is on fire. Anyhow, it is Monday, and we do have some news for you. So, shall we? Another follow-up to the story coming out of Salisbury. 3 additional arrests have been made in connection with the hate crime assault near Salisbury University. The suspects are a 19-year-old from West Friendship, an 18-year-old from Glendon, and a 19-year-old from Severna Park. They are accused of participating in a violent attack that left the victim hospitalized. Authorities continue to investigate the incident, and that brings the total number of arrests to 15, all who have been suspended from the university and expelled from the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity to which they belonged. The Anne Arundel County Department of Health has issued a rabies alert for Cedarwood Cove community in Pasadena. A raccoon found near Seymour Street and Marco Drive on November 14th did test positive for rabies. Residents are advised to ensure that their pets' vaccinations are up to date, avoid contact with wildlife, and report any unusual animal behavior to health authorities. If you or your animals may have come into contact with the raccoon, please call the health department. Boy, the Navy Midshipmen suffered a 35-0 defeat against the Tulane Green Wave at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium on Saturday. The game was attended by a record crowd of 38,914 people, and they saw Navy's offense struggle, particularly after the starting quarterback, Blake Horvath, exited early due to a rib injury. Backup quarterback Braxton Woodston couldn't ignite the offense, leading the Navy's first shutout since the 2020 Army-Navy game, which actually was played up in West Point due to COVID without any spectators. The team is off this weekend and then travels to ECU for a noon game on Friday the 29th. The loss to Tulane did eliminate them from a potential AAC Conference Championship game. And as they wrap up the season, December 14th, Northwest Stadium, Army-Navy game. The Annapolis Film Society is set to screen September 5th on Wednesday, November 20th at 7 p.m. at the Bowen Theater at Maryland Hall. The film delves into the pivotal moment during the 1972 Munich Summer Olympics when an American sports broadcasting team transitioned to live coverage of the hostage crisis involving Israeli athletes. Tickets for the film are available in advance at AnnapolisFilmFestival.org. The doors do open at 6:30, and if there are any tickets left, they will be available for purchase, but it will be cash at the door. Last week in our readers poll, we wanted to know if you listened to the DNB. A total of 806 people responded, and 316 said they did. Thank you very much. 435 said no. And 66 said that they read the transcript that we include. And that falls kind of about where I thought it would be. This week, we want to know if you really understand what causes nuisance flooding that plagues City Dock. Again, that poll is on the front page of eyeonannapolis.net in the upper right corner, and we are always looking for suggestions for future polls. So if you have one, send it our way. Hopefully you caught our Canines and Crosstreks on Friday with Louie, an older gent looking for a home to live out his final days. Do you have room in your home or your heart? If you missed it, give it a listen. And on Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we chatted with Chris Barber, the chief nerd at Cheaper Than a Geek, and I'll tell you, that was pretty eye-opening for me. And if you have a computer, or certainly if you are responsible for computers maybe in your work, listen to it for sure. Okay, that is a wrap. Thank you first and foremost, and also a quick thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Macmedics up there in Severna Park. And with it being Monday, Ann Covington from CovingtonAlsina is here with her Monday Money Report. And of course, George Young from DCMDVA Weather is also here with the only locally forecasted weather report you should care about. All of that's coming up for you in just a bit, so hang around.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, November 18th. Temps will stay on the warmer side today through Wednesday, with a couple of chances at seeing some low 70s, but then conditions will turn cooler Thursday through the weekend as a cold front moves through and brings more rain showers to the region Wednesday p.m. Look for sunny skies today with highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Ahead of more sun and low to mid 60s 4 p.m. highs on Tuesday. From there, temperatures will warm back up into the 65 to maybe 70 or 72 degree range Wednesday before a cold front moves through, bringing a good chance for some rainfall later Wednesday. And behind that front will be cooler temperatures with highs in the low to mid 50s Thursday through Sunday with sunshine expected each day. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X for updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Election volatility began to calm as the markets dropped slightly last week. Inflation continues to remain sticky, which led to doubts about another rate cut in December, further depressing the markets. As we approach year-end, now is a good time to consider year-end tax moves. You have until April 15th to contribute to individual retirement accounts and health savings accounts. Other moves need to be done prior to year-end. Here are 3 things to discuss with your tax and financial advisors. First, if your income is lower this year due to job changes, time out of the workforce, or retirement, consider a Roth conversion. A Roth account is funded with after-tax dollars. You can move money from a traditional retirement account to a Roth without penalty, but you'll have to pay the taxes on any money you move. We look at tax brackets and try to fill lower brackets with Roth conversions to gain years of tax-free growth and reduced required minimum distributions later in life. Second, consider tax harvesting. While we do this on a daily basis throughout the year, year-end is another time to think about harvesting gains or losses. If you have a current tax loss or a loss carry forward, you may want to harvest gains by selling stocks that have gone up in value. If you're looking at a potential tax bill, tax loss harvesting may help offset some of those gains. Work with your advisor and tax professional to reposition your portfolio in a tax-efficient manner. Third, give efficiently. If you have a big revenue year, you can offset some of that income with charitable giving. Efficient ways to do that include giving appreciated stock or stock that has gone up significantly in value directly to the charity. You receive a tax donation for the amount of the gift and avoid the capital gains you would otherwise have paid. You may also consider a donor-advised fund, where you give several years' worth of charitable giving to a fund you manage, and then choose who receives contributions later. Immediate tax deduction, future contributions to the causes you support. The triple tax play is to give depreciated stock to a donor-advised fund to offset a Roth conversion. Let's say I own $100,000 of Spacely Sprocket stock that I paid $1,000 for many years ago. If I sell it, I'll have a capital gain of $99,000. But if I gift that stock to a donor-advised fund, I have no capital gains, and I have a $100,000 tax deduction. I can then convert $100,000 of my retirement account to a Roth IRA, and the $100,000 of income is offset by the $100,000 tax deduction. I don't have to decide now what charities I want to contribute to. That can be done at any point in the future. As with anything in life, make sure you discuss this with your tax professional and financial advisor. They can run projections for your specific circumstances. Your action item this week is to pause and reflect on everything you have for which you are grateful. Focusing on the abundance in your life can help reduce anxiety. And as we approach the hustle and bustle of the holidays, time for Thanksgiving can provide perspective. Be sure to check our website at CovingtonAlsina.com or our Facebook page for more information and to register for our upcoming educational events. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only, not to make an offer, solicitation with the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments are all risk unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.